How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rowlet, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some Pokemon rumors, leaks, all that kind of stuff, so sit back, relax. We're going to first start with any of the official news, and that's going to be, of course, this right here, ladies and gents. Basically, there are some upcoming events for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and this is a big event. As you guys can see, it's supposed to be a new summer event, right? A summer 4-pack event that's coming out. The next 2 months of events have been scheduled out for us via a summer event update. If the text is too small in the list, you'll see the events here. But basically, this is the events we're getting, and this is pretty nuts. There's a lot here. So we're going to go through this post that was made by Kingly, and we're also going to talk about what's coming out now this week. But first up is July 12th until the 25th is going to be a 7-star Water Tera Pikachu returning, with shiny odds also boosted for the following outbreaks. So we're going to have an outbreak of Pichu in Paldea, Pikachu and Mimikyu in Kitakami, and Raichu and Alolan Raichu in the Terrarium, which is very nice. Molto bene. Very good. So you have a lot of basically all the Pikachu, Pikachu pals, you know, all the versions of Pikachu and its evolutionary family and even Mimikyu are going to have a higher chance of having shinies. Again, depending on which area you go to. I'm assuming most of you have the DLC. For those of you who don't, that's unfortunate, but you will be able to get Pikachu at least, or sorry, Pichu at least, and I guess Pikachu by proxy if you evolve it, in Paldea. Kitakami, though, Pikachu and Mimikyu, and Terrarium is going to have Raichu and Alolan Raichu. However, there is still other events, like July 26th until August 8th, you're going to have the following Pokemon. A 7-star Water Tera raid for Dondozo is going to appear. Also, shiny odds will be boosted for the following outbreaks. Paldea is going to have a curly form Tatsugiri. Kitakami is going to have the droopy form of Tatsugiri, and Terrarium the stretchy form Tatsugiri. So all the different versions of Tatsugiri, not all of them, but at least like 3 of them here. As you can see, I don't actually know how many forms are there. You guys can comment down below if you want to. But they're going to be getting themselves a outbreak. And if you guys do not know, when outbreaks happen, they're just kind of these like little monster icons around the map. But when there is an outbreak, there is always generally more of these Pokemon spawning, and if there is an increased shiny chance during these events, even a higher, that means you're just going to have a way higher chance of finding shinies. Moving on though, August 9th until the 22nd, we're going to have a 1 to 5 star Tera raid event, which will be held for Gimmighoul of all Pokemon with a chance to be shiny. Ooh, okay. Shiny odds and pumped up mark odds will also be boosted for the following outbreak. So yes, there's actually going to be an increased shiny chance for Gimmighoul from a raid, which is, that's not something they often do. Shiny odds and pumped up mark odds, so that's a specific mark here, will be boosted for the following outbreaks. Paldea, it's going to be Watchroll, the little bird. Kitakami is going to be Riolu, so that's a solid one. Definitely go for that one. And Terrarium is going to be Comfy, so less interesting for me, but nonetheless, it's worthwhile mentioning. So definitely, I would recommend check those out. Then, finally, August 23rd until September the 1st. So, until the 1st of September, you're going to have a 7-star normal Tera raid Dragonite, which will appear. Shiny odds and the charismatic mark odds will also be boosted for the following outbreaks. Paldea is going to have Larvitar and Bagon, Kitakami, Gumi, and Hisuian Sligo, and Terrarium is going to have Beldum. So those are the ones that are going to be in there, guys. That pretty much summarizes that. As I said, the current event, the upcoming event for this week, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yes, it's this week. So starting Friday, you're going to be able to get yourself the Pikachu in Tera raid battles, as well as Pichu, Pikachu, Mimikyu, Alolan Raichu, and regular Raichu, all gonna have an increased shiny chance in outbreaks around Paldea, or around, like, I guess, the Scarlet and Violet games. So definitely would recommend checking these things out, because it's gonna be worth it. And again, here's the actual, like, list of all the events coming up this basically summer period. So that's that. Now we're going to move over to actually a little bit of a point that was made about this by none else than, I think, our pal here. Just need to find what he thought. So this is Light, and he basically said that this is my speculation about the next Tera raids and the Pokemon Presents announcement with PLZA starters. And he posted this, I think, yesterday? I could be wrong. I think yesterday he posted this around the same time, and he said that the next 4 weeks could have Infernape Torterra as Tera raids, with the coincidence that the week from 5 to the 11th August, potentially there will be a Pokemon Presents. If finally Pokemon Presents is the 8th of August, they could announce the last 3 Tera raids with Incineroar, Feraligatr, and Serperior. Something similar happened with Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. So he was trying to figure out, you know, if before, like, the actual, like, Pokemon Presents, that maybe the Pokemon that were in the Tera raids, they were basically getting rid of all the Pokemon that are not going to be the starters in Pokemon, you know, ZA, right? So, again, I don't know if that's going to be the case, though. I think this theory does kind of fall flat now, especially. But, again, I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you think the raids that we already had, like the, you know, the previous raids, were they an indication or not? let me know in the comment section. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be this post on 4chan. So I'm going to quickly scroll down because, yes, there is some dirty photos on the top there. But yeah, basically, we have the following information right here. So we're going to just go through it little by little and see what it has to say. Starting things off, it says Pokémon Legends ZA details. And he says that it's posted by Anonymous. It's posted, I think, today or early yesterday. I think today, but I could be wrong. Your main co-worker and rival's name is Tom, and you will have one more named Charlotte. Tom and Charlotte. Okay, that doesn't seem that crazy for names. I would have expected them to sound a little bit more French, I guess, but I digress. It is what it is. He says, though, that apparently the main villain of the game is Elliot. He's the chief in charge of a redevelopment plan for the actual city, I guess. And if you guys don't know, it's kind of the one thing that we really only know about these games is that there's supposed to be a redevelopment plan taking place of some sort. We don't exactly know what kind of plan it is or how it's supposed to work or really anything. We just know there's a redevelopment plan in place that's supposed to rework Lumio City. He says that, but secretly, he works together with evil Pokemon to destroy Lumio City and awaken Yveltal. Interesting. So the main villain in the game is Elliot. He's the chief in charge of the redevelopment plan, but he's secretly, well, evil, I guess. Which, yeah, fair enough. And he's working to destroy Lumio City and awaken Yveltal. So he can reconstruct the city in his own vision, similar to how Volo works with Giratina in Legends Arceus. Honestly, I could see this plotline making sense. I could see it actually fitting. Again, and I say this often in my videos, but it doesn't seem like that far-fetched. There are some ideas sometimes, some theories, some concepts that just don't fit with Pokemon, or they feel like a little bit, yeah, a tad too, like, crazy to be real. You know what I mean? There's a few of those where it's like, it seems like a little bit too crazy to be actually a real thing. But I'm going to be real, this sounds realistic. This actually sounds like something they would do. Moving on, though, they say Alope is the new legendary squirrel evil Pokemon, representing Ratatoskr from the myth. So Ratatoskr is like this little squirrel that runs up the world tree, or Yggdrasil, which is from Norse mythology. It runs up and down, and I think it delivers messages of sorts, but it's also a little bit of a bastard. So yeah, basically, he's saying that we're going to get the actual Ratatoskr. Now, I know we already have a few squirrel or chipmunk Pokemon, but honestly, I would be totally on board for another one. As long as they do it good, though. If they do it justice and they make Ratatoskr actually interesting. I think there's a good version of Ratatoskr that exists. And it's from none else than, what is it called again? It's actually from, I think, and I could be wrong here. I think it's from Smite, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's from Smite. So you got Ratatoskr, which is like this. This is what it looks like in Smite. If they can do something like this and make it like sleek and like not super, you know, like, just don't make it too chunky, okay? Just make it kind of sleek, cool design. Because it's supposed to be a fast squirrel that moves fast up and down the tree. If they give us another, like, Greedent or whatever, like, I pass on the chunky squirrels, okay? We got enough chunky squirrels as is. But moving on, though, they say the following, which is the new battle gimmick, which, okay, let's see what it could be. Apparently, the new battle gimmick has to do with accuracy and power. Similar to how in Legends Arceus you have strong and agile style, in PLZA you will have focus and dynamic style. It feels a little bit too tacked on, I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like a little less realistic to me. I could be crazy here. I could be wrong. Again, I'm just reading this the same way you guys are. I don't know if that would be real, though. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. That one doesn't seem as realistic to me. That seems a little bit more far-fetched. At least the way I'm looking at it. It just feels a little bit more far-fetched. But, again, anything's possible. Apparently, focus style increases the accuracy and chance to hit, but decreases the move power, while dynamic style increases the power and the chance to hit multiple times, even for moves that are not multiple hits, but lowers the accuracy. So basically, it does more damage, but less accuracy, and on the other hand, it's less damage, more accuracy. I wonder how this would be useful. I feel like somebody would figure out a good way to use that. But lowers the accuracy if the move accuracy is already 100. You can still use focus style when Pokemon is paralyzed and asleep to hit the target and wake up faster, or when opposing Pokemon has increased evasiveness to hit them. Okay, fair enough. I guess that's one way to use it, but I don't know. That is interesting. So that's a way to use it to wake up faster? That would actually be an interesting way to use this. Like, as a mechanic, that would actually be pretty cool. But I don't know. Again, it seems a little bit, you know. Then he says, Float Seal gets a Mega Evolution. It's apparently Water Ice. Float Seal of all things. I mean, you know what, dude? Float Seal is a cool Pokemon. I would not mind if it got some love. But apparently Floatzel gets a Mega Evolution, Water Ice, hands and feet get covered in ice. Again, not that crazy. Looks like a 3rd stage evolution and gains a new ability that has a chance of inflicting Frozen. So basically freeze hacks on that bad boy to the opposing Pokemon when Floatzel is hit with a physical move. So basically, if you hit it, you may freeze yourself. Again, doesn't sound that crazy, doesn't sound too far-fetched, sounds realistic. Druddigon also gets a Mega, apparently it's a Dragon Fire type. Ooh, okay, that would be neat. It gets a Fire Core in the middle of its chest and spreads throughout its body. The wings grow bigger and face gets fire along the tips of the mouth and the eyes. Okay, so first of all, Druddigon, Pokemon that literally they have done nothing with, okay? Druddigon has no love. There's no forms of it, no nothing. It just, that Pokemon has nothing to work with. And I know the Druddigon fans out there gotta be praying and begging that they're gonna get, like, some love eventually. But honestly, this sounds pretty cool. I wouldn't mind it. If they gave us a Mega for Druddigon, that would be sick. Wings apparently grow bigger and face gets fire along the tips and the mouth and the eyes. Fair enough. Apparently, the base form also gets a signature move that has a chance of flinching the enemy. If it fails to flinch 3 times, then it has a chance to flinch Druddigon itself. Wow, that would be pretty wild of a... Damn, that would be pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie. That would be pretty wild. Oh, my lord. That would be... Oh, sorry, but that would be so wild. Oh, my lord. Damn. Then he says the following, though, because he continues in a second part down here at the bottom. He says the following, which is, some Pokemon like Luxray get regional forms. Okay, again, that sounds pretty neat. Not bad. Dark Fairy, apparently, can see the malicious aura of people. Ooh. Okay, so Luxray has been, like, kind of waiting to get a form for so long. A Dark Fairy type is an interesting choice, though, if true. Can see the malicious aura of people. Spidops becomes bug fighting, so they're already giving Spidops, a Gen 9 Pokemon, a form. I mean, sure, they already kind of did that with a few Pokemon from Gen 8, so it's not that crazy to believe. Looks like a construction worker, similar vibe to Conkeldurr. Okay, so, I don't know if I like that, but honestly, I'd be fine with it. Bug fighting, fair enough. Looks like a construction worker, I can live with it. The circles around the map are battle zones. They are open spaces where trainers can battle. In each zone, there is a top trainer that has a Mega Evolved Pokemon, kind of like the Blueberry Academy Elite Four, if it makes it easier to understand. So basically, you go there, you do some kind of quest, you do some kind of activity, and then that allows you to then take on the top trainer. Fair enough. You can take lunch breaks with your Pokemon to boost their friendship. So basically, just like he's trying, like, I guess lunch breaks would be equivalent to the camping feature we've had in the game now for, you know, like the last 2 gens. Similar to that, I'm guessing wouldn't be, again, that crazy or, you know, hard to believe. I can see it being an actual thing. Again, with a lot of this, it just doesn't seem that crazy to actually believe it. That's like the biggest part about it, right? It doesn't seem that far-fetched. And this one definitely sounds realistic. Then he says apparently the Zygarde cells are present in the city. Ooh, okay. Now apparently your boss tricks you to capture and give them to him because he might awaken an evil Pokemon. So you're collecting Zygarde cells, which you then give to the evil man called Elliot. Also that name, all right. So, the evil man named Elliot. Why does that name sound evil? Sorry to all the Elliots watching, if there are any. But, like, he's giving him all the cores. So, you're collecting it to him, and then he's going to use you. So, basically, it's like, I feel like this concept has already been in Pokemon a few times. Like, ooh, the bad guy. We do something for the bad guy. And then it turns out that we helped the bad guy out, but we didn't realize it, and now we have to stop him. It's a pretty standard Pokemon story, so not hard to believe. Apparently, it says also the starter Pokemon is given by Elliot to help you in the redevelopment of the city. You can battle him when your Pokemon is fully evolved to get their respective Mega Stones for either Chespin, Fennekin, or Froakie. Okay, apparently Elliot's ace is Komodo. He can Mega Evolve it. All right. Stays the same type. Stays the same type. Greninja Battle Bond's ability will become an official Mega Evolution that will require the Mega Stone. The other 2 Mega Evolutions keep their original typing, same as Ash Greninja and Mega Greninja does. And that's literally it. That's the rumor. I'm gonna be real, pretty solid. Actually, a lot of it makes sense. It doesn't seem too crazy. I mean, some stuff could be a little bit more iffy, but like honestly, having like a character named Tom and Charlotte as our, you know, rivals or whatever you want to call it, companions, sounds realistic. The main villain of the game being named Elliot, that's a bit of a wild one. I know I'm just harking on the name there. I'm just goofing about. But him being a chief in charge and then the person who's in charge of redeveloping the city, but then turning out to be evil, does go in line with Pokemon storytelling. It's something they often do. It's not really you know, hard to believe that that would be the case here. And then again, about some of the megas here, I do wonder more about, like, more than anything, I really wonder about what he said here about, like, the new battle gimmick being the whole focus and dynamic styles, because that does sound very similar to, you know, agile and, you know, strong styles and whatnot from PLA, which I don't know if they're going to go in that same direction. I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about it. I don't know if they're going to go in that exact same direction again, but anything is possible. At the end of the day, anything is possible. So I'd love to know what you guys think about it, and let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and bye-bye.